Authority without control. What Jesus taught us. There's a big difference between authority and control, and there's an even bigger difference between spiritual responsibility and bossing people around. Let's talk about that. When Jesus taught, the people were astonished. Why? Because he taught them as one having authority, and not as the scribes. Matthew 7:29. See, the scribes had position, but Jesus had power. They had titles, but Jesus had truth, and the people felt the difference. He wasn't lording over anyone. He wasn't manipulating, pressuring, or flattering to gain a crowd. He spoke from the Father with a pure heart and a clear message. That's what real spiritual authority looks like. It's not about controlling others. It's not about micromanaging people's lives. And it's definitely not about forcing submission. True authority is rooted in responsibility before God, not power over people. Let me say that again. True authority is responsibility before God, not power over people. Paul told Titus, "These things speak and exhort and rebuke with all authority. Let no man despise thee," Titus 2:15. But even Paul said he didn't have dominion over anyone's faith. He said, "We are helpers of your joy," 2 Corinthians 1:24. That's the model. As ministers, teachers, and leaders, and that we're not building kingdoms for ourselves. We're not trying to be Christian CEOs. We're called to shepherd, not dominate, to lead, but from under Christ's authority, not above others. Even Jesus said, "The rulers of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, but it shall not be so among you." Matthew 20:25-26. So how do we walk in godly authority? 1, by walking in truth. People can feel when someone is sincere, grounded in Scripture and not just repeating tradition. 2, by being submitted ourselves. You can't lead with God's authority if you're not under His authority. 3, by serving others. Jesus washed feet. That wasn't weakness, that was strength under control. Let's be clear, spiritual authority isn't about volume. It's not about position, it's not about being in charge. It's about the weight of responsibility that comes from God, and using it to serve, not to subdue. Jesus had all authority, and yet He laid down His life. May we lead like that, and may we teach with boldness on not to control people but to build them up in truth, because that is the authority that sets people free.